Yes, people, what's going on? Long time no see. By this week, unfortunately, on Wednesday we had a game against Monaco. I watched the game, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to stream the game. Man, this has been quite a rough week for me. By the way, I mean, first of all, Brother was actually unwell. Second of all, unfortunately, lost one of our colleagues. So it's been really that rough week. So uh, good thing is that is water under the bridge. We are past that, but it's been quite a tough week, very tough week for me. But anyway, thankfully we are here, and we're here with the match preview. So today, 6 p.m. yeah, East African time. It's basically Arsenal. We're basically hosting the Toffees. So Arsenal versus Everton. I'm actually really excited. Looking forward to this game. Definitely, I'll be live streaming the game today at 6 p.m. And I'll actually be having some guests by there today. So I'm sure it's going to be quite an interesting stream. Yeah. So anyway, let's break down the game. But first of all, let me just give a bit of perspective of what happened over the week, the Monaco game. Uh, yes, we managed to win the game 3-0, but I think it was one of those toughest games I ever watched. I mean, the first, let me just say the first 60 minutes. In fact, I think the game we actually got the game towards the dying minutes. That's when I saw that's when the game became interesting, because the first like 60 70 minutes, man, I was actually even struggling, because remember I was actually unwell, and then Arsenal was playing some boring football, so I was actually sleeping. I was actually dozing off in that game, but I really didn't enjoy that game. But thankfully, actually, we won. And if I'm not wrong, I think currently we're now sitting third position in the Champions League, which is actually a good spot. But looking at that game, we won. It was a funny feeling. You win a game, but imagine you won a game 3-0, but there's just this part of you that you just feel unsatisfied with the win. It's like we scumbagged our way winning that game. And of course, Monaco, but it's not really a tough side. By the standards we've set over the years, I mean, we expect to see some decent form of football. But the football we watched versus Monaco won a game, but it was not. Man, it was that game sucked, man. That game sucked. Yeah, and to be fair, Ed, if that game we ought to have actually gone 6-7 up. Let me count the chances by the Jesus missed like two clear open chances. Martinelli missed a chance, an open chance. Odegaard missed an open chance. Open chance as well. 1v1. Managed to actually get the ball off his opponent. 1v1 against the goalkeeper, missed. Those are like 4 chances. Plus the 3 goals, those are like 7 goals. This is a team that we ought to have beat 7-0. The Monaco game we played, that's a team we ought to have beat 7-0. But that is what actually gets you worried. Surprisingly, that game, did you even get a corner? We had like 2 corners. Yeah, we had like 2 corners. And even the way we played that corner, we played, we took those corners. It was not like a really set piece thing we've been seeing on Declan Rice taking the ball directly, Bukayo Saka taking the ball. They basically just started short corners and whatnot. So I don't know if the tactic is changing, but man, actually, I'm really worried, especially the attackers. Up front, the most lethal attacker by the way we have right now, it's quite clear, Bukayo Saka. Go 2 goals actually, but there's Kai Havertz actually, but they denied the opportunity of getting the third goal, getting a hat trick. But the most, and that is just talent. I mean, honestly, Bukayo Saka is just that little player. Once between, but then there are those players. It's just like Haaland. 1v1 against the goalkeeper. Just be rest assured, Bukayo Saka is going to score. And that's one thing that actually worries me. Martinelli, 1v1 against the goalkeeper, you can't shoot the ball. Jesus, 1v1 against the goalkeeper, you can't shoot the ball. Odegaard, what is going on with this team, man? Our attack is dead. And for Martinelli, and I'll get to the starting lineup later on, but let me just say this: for Martinelli, I don't know, man. I don't know if who should we blame here? Should we blame Martinelli or do we blame Arteta? Part of me is actually blaming Arteta by the for Martinelli's downfall, because I expect as a manager, your work is actually to improve a player. Yeah, and if you guys remember quite well, the first season when we came second, our attack was one of the most lethal. The wings were, hey man, the wings were crazy, man. Martinelli on the left wing side, Bukayo Saka on the right hand side. Jesus, of course, being the forwards, he was not really doing much. Okay, he was creating havoc as always. You know, the one weird thing about Jesus, he creates havoc. Even that's the goal that Bukayo Saka scored, the first goal. The Lewis Kelly, hey man, that Lewis Kelly, that's a key that we'll talk about Lewis Kelly, but man, it's our forwards, man. Our forwards, there's a problem with our forwards. So Martinelli, I feel like Mikel Arteta by the basically needs to find a way of improving him. I really can't blame him. I feel like Martinelli, if he's just given a good coach, especially an attacking coach, I think that's we have a set piece coach, but I think we now need to get a serious attacking coach. We need to get a serious attacking coach. And I feel like Martinelli is that kind of player. If you can just get a serious, attacking coach, Martinelli, because he has that ability. He has the pace. Martinelli has the pace, man. And he's 2 seasons ago, the guy was scoring goals. He was one of our lethal players. So I feel like I'll cut in the slack. I feel like if he just gets a good coach, but you can train him, he should get back to the position he was two seasons ago. With Jesus, with him, I think let's just move on with him. I don't even want to speak much about him, but he's just not the it. Confidence, you can clearly see, man, he's just struggling with confidence. If he's up front by there, 1v1, but as a goalkeeper, you just see his facial expression is just tensed, he's not calm, he's composed, he's just lacking confidence. So Jesus, I think we can move on from him. Pep actually knew exactly what he was doing. So, man, with Jesus, Gabriel actually needs Jesus. Yeah, Gabriel needs Jesus, by the way. So anyway, that aside, we now talk about the toughest game. First things first, if you guys remember very well, last season we beat these guys both home and away. Of course, home, man, home we always Sean Dyke, man, he has nothing on us at home. But of course, when you usually go to the side, man, they're usually quite a tough side. We actually managed to beat them 1-0 the last time we were away, and we broke the curse, yeah, because for the longest time beating Everton by the other place was one of the toughest thing to do. So I look at the side right now. They had a game postponed, so I don't know if that was in their favor or I don't know. But for sure, man, this is a game that I expect us to win. Thankfully, we won a game because, man, after that Fulham game, drew the game, but I was fuming, man. I was annoyed. It really took me time, by the to get over that drew, but I was like, it felt like a loss. I mean, Everton, Liverpool didn't play that game. Man City dropped points, and we drop points as well. I mean, what's going on, man? We're supposed to be chasing the title. And clearly, Mikel Arteta said it. It's now time to win trophies. This is now time to win trophies, man. We've been in this process for quite a long period of time. And what do you need right now are these trophies? So, in this game versus Everton, I expect nothing less than a win. And if not a win, a big win. Yeah, because right now, by there's a speaking, man, goal difference is a factor. Chelsea's ahead of us, by the way. Uh, I don't know. I look at the stats. I don't know with how many. The head of us with 2 points, but even if you drew them, even the last time, but they were equal on points. Man, they had like 2-3 goal difference ahead of us. So that's the thing that we really need to work on. So my starting 11 for this game, this now it actually gets very, 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 very interesting. So let's see. In the goalkeeping position, obviously David Raya will play in that position. Thankfully, Gabriel Magalhaes is back. Saw him in training. So Gabi, Saliba, 2 pairs. To be fair, Kivira, but they did alright, but they midweek. But the Fulham game made some very silly mistakes, so I really can't trust him. So I don't want to see. I don't think I'll want to play Kivira in this game. If Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba, if Gabriel Magalhaes is available, then the two centre backs, that pair, let it just be that way. Then now, of course, please, Mikel Arteta. There's this thing about and let me just say this before I actually continue. There's this thing that really pisses me off at times with Mikel Arteta. The tendency of changing things. You get something right, then you completely just want to change it. I don't know why. Like that Fulham game made a very why play during Timber, yeah, in the left back position. Yet his best playing position is the right back. Yeah, that's his natural best playing position. Hence, our right wing died. If you look at that Fulham game, our right wing side, that link up play between Timber, Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, it was dead. Yeah. So please don't tweak things. Just keep it simple, man. Just keep it simple. Don't overdo things. Don't overcomplicate things. Just keep it simple. So Timber on the right side. And then now, let's talk about this kid, man. Lewis Kelly. If you guys, I even don't know why Mikel Arteta didn't play him in the Fulham game. If you play Lewis Kelly, man, on that left side, probably should have won that game. Against Monaco, that was my man of the match. That kid was that kid needs to be protected. That kid is the future. I saw that kid play, 18-year-old boy, and the boy has confidence. The boy knows what he's doing. Yeah. So Lewis Kelly, most definitely in this game. And even if you see, I mean, the incorporation of Lewis Kelly actually somehow led to the left side being a bit active. I mean, look at where the goals came from. Especially the first goal. Lewis Kelly, Jesus, man, that kid today he needs to start. Then the midfield, Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard. Keep it that way. Then up front, now the only guy, by the way, who actually deserves even to be up front is just Bukayo Saka, man, because the rest of the guys currently, man, are shit. Those guys are shit, man. I look at Havertz, probably needs to be benched more, because surprisingly, when actually Havertz came on after taking Jesus off, I think he was one of the most dangerous players, yeah. So quite an inconsistent player, but in simple terms, we don't need guys who are struggling and struggling to prove themselves. In simple terms, just get us a striker in January, or get us people who know how to score. Yeah. So Havertz, who would I even start, man? Even up front, man. Jesus, Havertz, both of them are they're just not the it. Yeah. So the right hand side, I'll start Bukayo Saka, obviously. Now up front, by there, I even don't know. I even don't have a favorite guy who will even select. Back in the day, by there, I was like, Jesus, man, is the guy to start. But it's been stinking, man. So is Havertz. So Havertz, I don't know, man. I don't know. As I decide, but there on the left hand side, same Martinelli, Trossard, stinking, both of them, but at the moment. So I don't know, man. I don't know. So, cause and then you see that's the thing, man. It's just, if it's not Trossard starting, it's Martinelli starting. If it's not Martinelli starting, it's Trossard starting. So it's just a whole lot of cliche, predictable thing going on up front. Yeah. So we need to sort that out in January. The good thing is we have a window to sort that out, and that needs to be sorted out. And remember, the conversation this season is we don't want the near man, we want a trophy. So just to finalize on this, so center forward, I'll start Havertz, play Havertz, and then the left side, Martinelli. Yeah, Martinelli. So in a goal prediction, I would suggest I would you guys actually give us like 4-5-0. Yeah. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, guys. We'll be live streaming the game, and I'll be seeing you then. Come on, you Gunners.